Hey, everybody. Another episode of Doing It Like Danny is coming up. Today's topic is hard choices, like should I buy gas or food? You know the answer. Welcome to Do It Like Danny. Heard her. She's been on before. It's a wild tornado. It's a wild ride. But I feel like we never hear from you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I don't really talk about
Yeah.
it. We're never gonna get this done. It's gonna be a
Never.
It's gonna be a 4-hour-long
Never.
video edit.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you, a million thank yous. Grazie mille.
Grazie
For my
mille.
travels all over the world, right? Grazie mille to all the people that have been listening, all of our new listeners, and my good friend Dakota, who I met with last week. I'm hoping that he will watch the episode instead of listening to it like Dana. So thank you all for watching. Blink, 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 blink. We're on YouTube. We need those YouTube hits. I know we get shitload of listens on Spotify, but Spotify nobody cares about. It's all about the YouTuber.
Yep.
So please watch our show. Even if you put it on the background, you can still hear it. You don't have to watch it. You can still. It's all good. So if you heard a little giggle, in addition to Cousin Louie, welcome back, Cousin Louie.
Hello.
Who is the bread and butter of the show. In addition to bread and butter, we have the knife today.
Please welcome
Ouch.
the only, the special Darnella.
Woo!
Welcome
Hi,
back.
everybody.
For those of you that don't know Darnella, a.k.a. the knife.
Again, ouch. Go ahead.
Darnella and I go way back. If you've listened to previous episodes, you have heard her. She's been on before. It's a wild tornado. It's a wild ride. E-ticket if you're in that age bracket as we are, or if you're not in the age bracket, then what would it be now if we equated to today's standards?
Was it us?
Basically the war in Iran.
Yeah.
Really?
No, not really, but we have to have
exactly.
jokes, right? So it's all good. So listen, she rolls with the punches. She loves it all, and we want to welcome her back. Thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you so much for
you.
having me.
Thank you. Are you excited?
Yes.
Okay, so just because people don't really know who you are, because
Yes.
now we're on YouTube. Has she been on YouTube?
Yes, she's
Oh,
been on
shit,
YouTube a
never
couple
mind.
times.
Okay, she's been on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay, so just a
We
quick.
talked about my father, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Hello.
That's right. I'm so sorry.
Yes, that's okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I have dementia. And that's how I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have
Oh,
like. I'm
here
gonna
we
Definitely
go.
don't have dementia. You have an elephant's memory. Anyways, go on.
What were we doing? For those of you that don't know who are watching, Darnella and I go way back. We have known each other since the 1990s,
Wow.
which is a very long time. Some of you may even have underwear that old.
Yikes. As in yikes.
As in I do.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
But they're not his.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ew.
But I washed them.
Still you.
That's
Still
another
you.
story there, huh?
Oh my God. So as you can see, it's always a wild ride with Darnella. But that's what I was saying. We go back, way back to when little Danielle of Verduga was in her Vegas days when she was
Ooh.
amazing and fabulous. And I was, 30 years ago? I was 30 years younger? Well, 30,
Yikes.
35 years old. Ooh.
Quite the span.
Ooh, yes. We made a lot of friends. We burnt down Las Vegas.
Sure did.
It was rebuilt.
Yes,
Any
it
enemies?
was.
And we
Any
never
enemies?
went back.
However, I did live there for 18 years.
Yeah, didn't you say that earlier though on the show?
Uh-oh.
Well,
Just kidding.
I thought nobody remembered me. I thought nobody, hence you. Hence
Here's
you.
18
Oh
years.
my gosh.
Here we go. Remember whose show? No, I'm just kidding. So today's episode, we are talking about hard choices and big mistakes.
Or both.
Or both, right?
Or both.
And the reason why we chose this topic is because Louie was talking to me earlier and was like, what should we talk about? And I'm like, I don't know. I have really had a crazy week. I have a lot of stories, but I feel like we never hear from you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't really talk about
Yeah,
it.
that was a good story. So,
takes me
like I was saying, so I feel like, I'm going to kind of take a little back.
You're taking a step
seat.
back?
I'm taking a step back for just a
Okay.
moment.
Wow.
For you.
For me. Only for me.
So, Louie,
Yes.
since this was your topic,
Uh-huh.
and if it goes bad, then it's your fault,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So that's how I roll.
Okay.
And so I learned that in television,
Got
just
it.
so you know. I learned that in TV. the person in the room, they always find you, right?
Oh, yeah.
So this is your topic, big choices and hard mistakes. And so,
Big choices.
yeah,
hard mistakes.
it's okay. No correcting. Remember that, Darnella?
I was
Darnella.
laughing. OMG. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, continue. We're never gonna get this done. It's gonna be
Never.
It's gonna be a 4-hour-long
Never.
video
She's
edit.
like, what tense are we talking in?
Ay.
Singular or plural? Oh my God.
Oh God.
Why didn't you become a school teacher?
Hi.
Okay, thank you. We'll come back to you.
Basically.
So, Louis, since this is your topic,
Yes.
this is, I'm going to let you kind of do the jumping off point because I'm already jumped off.
Okay, so I have some advice. I'm in need of some advice.
Okay.
And maybe from the people at home who are watching can also tune in, chime in our comment section. But
If you're watching.
if you're watching, I was just this past weekend given an ultimatum of to either continue the show like we've been doing, or I could possibly be given a multi-million-dollar decking company and learn to run that.
Well, that's a tongue twister.
It is.
Yes.
It is. So my question is, how do you? Okay, so I'm 40. I get it. Time is kind of the essence, or maybe not of the essence anymore because there is no more time, right? I'm in the end game, as they would say.
I mean, the gas prices keep going up, and World War III is knocking at the door.
Ouch.
And that's part of my complaint here is I don't know what to choose. I don't know, today might be the last day. And I have worked in a lot of fields that were for other people. And part of the reason I quit the MTA was to do something artistic, to kind of leave my own legacy, so to speak. And in the process, I have spent probably the most time with you I've ever had. I've met some of your friends. It's been amazing. We've had great experiences. I've met Angelo. I've met all of Angelo's family. We've done so much. I probably couldn't be prouder of this show. I don't care that it's not like this big, $1 million views, but obviously that would be cool. But I understand when a parent says it doesn't pay the bills. But I got to tell you, when I had jobs that paid the bills, I was fucking miserable. And you've talked about it on the show and working on the talk and the money that you accumulated. And we've both come to an agreement that we weren't happy. You can have all the money in the world, but we missed out on a lot of things. Specifically for me, it's family. And I like to be the best I can possibly be. And of course, it's a great opportunity for me to run or learn how to run a business. But how do you say yes to that when you were raised, number one, for no handouts, not one. Your parents told you if you didn't go to a 4-year, they weren't going to help you. And you had to kind of figure it out on your own, kind of chug along and make your own path. And I've done that. I've seen that side of what it's like to work in a union and make money. And I got to tell you, this is a lot more fun and a lot more fulfilling than any money could ever give me. But I also would like to pay off my house early. I'd like to go on trips more. It's a toss-up, but I feel like I'm leaning towards this. And I also don't know how to explain that to somebody who's kind of a capitalist in a lot of ways. So how do you go about saying, I want to learn from you, but I don't know how to give you an answer at the end of this month? That's a lot. I know it's a lot, but yeah.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So that's not so much, that's a hard one,
Yeah.
right? Because as you get older, what I'm realizing, it's not about the quantity anymore, right?
Yeah.
I made 6 figures. It was great. It was wonderful, but my health suffered.
Thank you.
I was extremely sick all the time. I was always sick.
Yeah.
And now that I'm okay, this is the healthiest that I've ever been.
And probably felt, right?
Absolutely, in terms of living and having fun. And the friends that I have in my circle now are friends that are in case of emergency break glass, which is like in the scheme of like karma, not karma, but like energy of the universe, Darnella's here today, right? We haven't seen her for a long time.
Yes.
And Darnella is one of those pegs in the chapters of Danny Verdugo where it's an indelible chapter,
Yeah.
right? However, when I was chasing the Benjamins, it was fancy, it was free, it was amazing, it was wonderful. I still feel at 40 you're kind of young, and a part of me feels that you're never going to know until you try it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, listen. If someone said to me today, they're like, oh, we're going to, ship you off to, Italy or somewhere, right? I'd still do the show.
Yeah.
But I would do it from Italy, right?
Correct.
So, it's just a matter of where your priorities are and what you want to do. I've always said since the beginning of the show, you can always make money,
Yes.
right? How much that money, that depends upon whoever, right? But I've been poor, I've been well off, I'm in the middle, I'm right where I need to be right now, and I'm actually really happy.
Yeah.
Yes, money is great to have.
Yes.
Right? But it really is the root of all evil.
Thank you.
It kind of is.
Thank you.
It really is.
I agree.
And I hate to be like that. Listen, I've had the most amazing facial creams of my life. and does it afford you the ability to have flexibility and breathe a little? Yes and no.
Yes.
And the reason why I say yes and no is because, yes, you have the flexibility to be like, I'm going to have Weirdo's pizza every single night, right?
Yeah.
But however, there's going to be moments where you're like, ooh, I got to kind of pull back, right?
Yeah.
Do I need that every single night? Do I,
Do you want it every single
do you want
night?
every,
Yeah.
Exactly. Do you want you? So I don't know. That's a hard, I always say try it because you're never going to know until you do, right?
Yes.
And,
Yes.
And that's the best part. Let's say you try it and you're like, wow, that's actually, I don't mind doing this. This is fun. This works, right? And let's say you try it and you're like, oh, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Only you know the level of what you're willing to take.
Yeah.
Right? And you did it with the MTA. You did it for X amount of years, a very long time. You really did do it for a long time. And then you were like, I'm just fed up,
Yeah.
right? I'm just like, I can't do this anymore because my health is more important to me. And that's another thing. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You can never buy your health.
And you can't take it with you, man.
And you can't take it with you.
You can't.
Very true.
Just before I just want to answer that. That's my biggest concern is I can't take it with me, and I don't mind a little struggle. It makes you the person that you are. It kind of teaches you what you're capable of dealing with and hanging on with, And right now, I'm doing sales. I've never done sales. I've never really had a good experience with it. But this is the first time where I'm learning sales, and I actually feel somewhat comfortable. But that aspect I'm kind of enjoying because it's something different. I'm like you. I'll try something once to see if I can do it. It's more like a challenge. I like a challenge. But again, to say I want to run a company, the only company I've ever thought of running was my own company.
Yeah.
And I don't mind if it's slow. I get it. I'm worried too, but I'm also not that scared. I don't know what it is. You got to trust the process. And that's something that I've had to learn as I've gotten older. The more you trust the process, the more at peace you are. Truly, when you try and chase this fucking money, man, it just stresses you out. And I know what that road is going to be like because I know that anger. I know that high stress. It's too much. But anyways, I'd like to hear what you think.
Well, thank you, cousin Louie. So when you first were telling us about your plight, and you were saying how much you enjoyed, right, doing what we're doing right now, how long it took, right, like the story from the beginning is how long it took to convince Daniel, and it's been 4 or 5 years now. And as you were saying what you were contemplating, a couple of thoughts were running through my mind, and as you kept on talking, I'm just like, well, in my mind, I'm thinking you've already made up your mind.
Yes, I have.
And Daniel was making very great points, right? You're never going to know unless you try.
Yeah.
You're young. I don't want to say I don't want to say numbers. Like, Daniel did. It's fine. But I mean, you could be young at 50. You could be young at 60.
Yeah.
Like, people reinvent their lives all the time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and the point that Danny was saying about, like, yes, I've been poor. Yes, I've had 6 figures, right? And having money is good, right? But I agree with him. When I was in my realm of making money, my health was not that great either.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I was, like, in the worst, health-wise, but it was not good.
Yeah, it could have been better.
It could have been better. It was like mentally, it was crazy.
Mentally, it was
Mentally,
crazy.
it was
Yes.
nuts.
Yes.
So, but as you were talking, I'm just like, you already made up your mind.
Right.
And and if it feels good, because it feels good to, like, be like, I don't know if I want to run a multi-million dollar corporation. Like, can I do it? Absolutely, we all could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we are that great.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, but I understand what Daniel was saying, that you should try it maybe once, but I already can feel where your heart is.
Yeah. And you're not wrong.
Can you afford to, like, not do it?
Well, so for this, I would figure out a way to do it. Yeah. So that was already part of my plan.
Mm-hmm.
I would figure out both, because this is me. At the end of the day,
Yes.
I would be using that to pay my bills.
Right.
But this is who I am. This is what I want to leave. And the show has evolved. At first it started, I wanted to tell your story. And as I'm 5 years into it, I realized it's a story about family. It truly is.
Oh, yeah.
It shows how much love our family has and what you and I learned from our family. And it's kind of funny because you're the oldest and I'm the youngest, but we both see a same spectrum in that. And there's something beautiful about that. I don't want to cry, but I'm proud of that. I'm really fucking proud of that.
Oh my God,
And
I
that's the
love
best part, because you can look at it
Cousin Louie.
and you can realize that you're creating something. Like, you are editing it, you are putting little funny things in there. It's something that you've created, and you absolutely 1,000,000% should be proud of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Agreed,
and that's
agreed.
the best part.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of like where I'm at right now. It's very emotional because, I want to make everybody proud, but I feel like I've always made people proud. It's time to make myself proud.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel. And I don't want to let him down. For as difficult as my stepdad and our relationship has been growing up, there's some respect there. I might not see eye to eye with him about a lot of things. In fact, I would say there's 80% of that I don't walk that path.
Yeah.
At all. We come from very different backgrounds.
And I know his story,
yeah.
right? Because, I had the opportunity to meet him in a long car ride. And
Yeah.
I really got to know him.
Yeah, he's
I feel.
tough. He's really
And
tough.
I understand why he is the way he is.
Me too.
Especially what he went through, and then living in New York,
Yeah.
right? To hear those stories, to, identify with him and go, oh my God, I was on those same streets, the streets that you were sleeping on. I walked those streets,
Yeah.
right? And so, he is a survivor.
Yes.
So he will do whatever it takes, right?
Yes.
And I'm not saying that you've never been in that position. You really haven't been put in that
No,
position.
never.
Yeah. I mean, his story is what you would see in not
Like an E! True Hollywood or something like that.
like Newsies,
Documentary,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Really?
yeah, he had I don't want to say a rough life, but he chose a different path.
He chose a different path. Yeah.
But now look where he is,
Yeah.
right? So he gambled hard, he gambled big, and he won big.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Not everybody possesses that mentality. Not everybody possesses that quick, I'm a survivor.
Yeah.
Not that Jurgen is kind of like that, right? I make the joke, he's like a cockroach, right? Like that guy will never die.
Yeah.
He'll be here even when the nukes go off. He'll figure out a way to survive and be here, 320, whenever, until he's ready to pass in this world.
Yeah.
Again, not everybody possesses that.
Yeah.
Have I been a survivor? Yeah, hell yeah. I've had some fun, and I've bet big and it paid big, right?
Yeah.
But I'm at the point where, and you're probably able to identify with this too, Darnella, and that is, it's like, it's been fun and it's been great, but I just want peace.
Oh God,
I
so
want
beautiful.
peace. I want peace.
Yeah.
I want to be able to wake up and just be like, oh, okay, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
I want to make my own food. I'd love to
Yeah.
grow my own food. Listen, going back to, hard choices, I think what has helped this show immensely is moving here to Montecito. You know what I mean?
The lovely Montecito.
The
No,
lovely
I
Montecito.
think it's that, and we've really worked at this every single time. Even when we went on hiatuses, whether if it was good or bad for the show, we always seem to come back better than the last time and better than the last time. And now, I'll be honest, I watch this show. It's my own show. I'm probably the biggest champion of it. And when I watch it, I'm laughing.
Yes,
and I'm
of
like,
course.
I cut this, I've done this, but I enjoy it.
But see, then that's impressive to me too, because what was the one that oh my God, I had it on. When I take a shower, I'll put it up in the thing and I'll watch it. Because I'm busy, I'm running around. You know me,
Yeah.
I'm like so crazy. Like,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
as soon as I forget about the gifts I've been given, and I'm like, well, I talked about it. It's the show. I know what's in the show, right? But there's moments where I get to go back and I get to watch it and I laugh.
Yeah.
And when I laugh, I go, oh my God.
Yes,
What the hell?
yes.
You
Because we're
and
watching it as fans.
the crazy stuff that comes out of my mouth,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God, I said that? Right? So for a brief moment, I think that I remember.
Yeah.
And then we go back and I'm like, I don't remember saying
Oh,
that.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
it's really funny. I mean,
Yeah.
perfectly, just a side note, my mom, she was like, did that really happen? Those people and the Chinese food?
Oh,
And I
yeah.
go, it did. Like, it really did. And everyone was like, oh my God, I can't believe that you said. But in my mind, I was so focused on like, oh, my car's always clean. Like, I wasn't even paying attention to what
Yeah.
people were, right? It didn't even dawn on me that they were Chinese and that it was just Chinese food and then my car smelled and I was just trying to explain to them and communicate to them and it just got worse,
Yeah.
right? And at that point, I was like, I've never really kind of given up, but I was like, I probably should shut my mouth at this point. My chopstick is way in my mouth at this point. There's no point going on. And again, I reiterate, that was probably one of the longest car rides
Oh,
back
yeah.
to Los
I could
Angeles from
imagine.
Anaheim.
I could
was like,
imagine.
oh my God. But they were lovely and they were nice. And I just hope that in their, chapter of life, they don't go, the one time this driver said you smell bad.
You would definitely call that a big mistake.
Yeah, that's definitely a big mistake. But in the moment when I was in it, I just was so like, oh, I want to make sure that they know that this was not me. I don't keep my cry. I don't know. It was more like a pride thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's another thing that I've had to learn how to deal with.
Oh, wow. Did you see those eyes come back to me?
I was just gazing at the sun.
They were literally lasers.
No, it's the pride, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what this show has kind of actually really taught me quite a bit. And I know some people will argue. And that wasn't towards you, Darnella.
Hey, you didn't look at me, so I didn't take it like that. Go on.
He looked at the camera.
But I was looking that way. I think that's what I've learned. That's what this show has taught me.
Yeah.
Right? To breathe.
Breathe.
And there's things that I cannot change.
Yeah.
And I had to learn to just let it water off a duck's back,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not going to try to throw you out there, but the perfect example is Darnell's always late, right?
Yeah.
But so am I. So I will throw myself on the bus. But she's always late, right? Even if she leaves at mid-noon,
Yeah.
it's like 5:30. So she came in and she already was like prepared and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry I'm late. I go, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's never going to change. I've already moved on.
Yeah.
And maybe my delivery was like very like gruff, but that's where I'm at right now. It's like, it's never going to change, right? So why am I going to, you were running late too, right?
Yeah.
I'm always late. So who am I? But by the way, I live here and I'm late, okay? I
True.
live in Montecito
True.
and I'm late.
That is true.
So I'm learning to let certain things go, right? I think in the past I'd be like, right? You know what I mean? And this isn't a white knuckle roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's been an enjoyable ride. I'm
Yeah.
trying to instill that with the friends that I currently have.
Yeah.
It's like, but to change their mentality because they think that I'm still,
Oh, yeah.
but
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm trying, right? I backslide.
Everybody
I
does.
make mistakes every single day.
Everybody does.
Oh, again with the eyes. Again. God bless America. Jeez.
The vein coming out?
Yes.
But yes. No. I love my friends.
But I think where I'm at right now is it's not about money. It's about the experiences, right? If I was to go and run that company, I would miss out on this right here.
That was going to be, I'm so sorry to interject.
No, it's okay.
But that was another thing that I wanted to ask was if you made the decision to run the multi-million-dollar corporation, would you have to give this up?
I mean, that's what I was told, but in the back of my mind, I was like, I don't give a shit. This is what I'm going to do because I'm. Listen, there's one thing I don't like. It's authority, and I don't like to be told what to do. So if you tell me not to do something, I'm going to go behind your back and do it.
Yeah.
If you trust me enough, then you need to know who I am, and who I am is me at the end of the day. And it took me a long time to be comfortable like that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's how do you talk to somebody who has their mind made up of how life should be lived? It's hard.
It's very, it's very hard.
That person has never walked in your shoes and vice versa. You have never walked in their shoes.
Yeah.
There has to be a mutual understanding as in this is my
Space.
landscape of what my life I want it to be.
Yeah.
This was your landscape. And I think when it comes to your step, I don't want to say that he didn't have choices. I think there were certain things, there were certain situations that he was thrust into and had to survive, right?
Yeah.
Like a rat trying to not drown.
Yeah.
And he made choices. He did things.
Yes.
Did he grow out of that phase?
Yes.
Absolutely. Look where he is now, right?
Yeah.
But even in that situation, again, we have to focus on health.
Yeah. I think I want to add that there is some admiration I hold for this person
Oh, absolutely.
because he did teach me how to survive. I mean, we were the kind of relationship where we went back and forth. We fought all the time. I didn't let him win. He didn't let me win. What I never gave him the time of day when I was younger, and I can say this now, is I was never going to let him know that I was paying attention to what he was telling me. But in the back of my mind, I was.
Yeah.
Because it's innate for us to listen to our elders, right?
Yeah.
But I also took the bad, and I took the good, and I threw out the bad. And so I tried to take what he taught me that I felt was usable for my life, and I'm sitting here because of that.
Oh.
So I can
Interesting.
I can say that, and I don't think that this person can see that, and I think it's very hard for me to have these kind of conversations, and this is something I'm going to have to figure out, whether the message gets through or not. It's unfortunate because I do wish that we could kind of I wish there was some growth in a certain generation, and there isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it took my generation and his generation to kind of see that, sometimes other generations fuck you up, but it's our job to fix it. And I sometimes feel like that generation kind of kept moving forward without fixing their problems. And some of their problems they passed to us.
Wow.
Well, that is our job to unfuck ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually a book, and it's an audio book, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can actually go online, and it's called Unfuck Yourself.
But there is no resentment. There's no hate. It's just, it's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Life is hard. These tough decisions that we have to make. But like you said, and like I think my cousin kind of knows, I've made up my mind. I just don't know how to say that to somebody and have them not worry about me. Because I know at the end of the day, this person is just worried. They just don't know how to say it.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, question.
Yeah.
You don't rely on them financially, if I may ask.
I mean, I work for them, but I'm not
okay.
I've worked for him twice in my life.
Uh-huh.
I've never really asked for money from them. Again, they told us they wouldn't help us.
Right.
They had to figure it out on their own, so I've
Correct,
had to
yes.
figure it out on my own. I won't sit here and say I haven't had a lot of help. I have.
Okay.
I've had a lot of help. My own father, my dad who gave birth to me, not my stepfather, he's been a pretty big supporter of my life.
Okay.
I tried not to ask him for money, and he's made it apparent. Like he sometimes gets annoyed that I don't ask him for help more often. But again, that goes back to what I was taught, what I was raised, that we had to figure it out first.
Right.
And so I always try to approach it that way because I don't want to be somebody's burden. And I definitely don't want to have people worrying about me.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, but yeah, that's kind of like where my life is currently. And it's a lot.
I ask for
Yeah.
help all the time. Montecito's expensive. Watch YouTube. Thank you.
I think I'll be able to learn a lot from the sales aspect, but I think what I'm learning from that is going to help me here.
Thank you, Louie, for sharing that. We appreciate it. And it's nice to have you kind of step off
Yeah, you know,
at the beginning.
can I just add that?
No.
Okay.
No, Louis.
Now you won't let me speak.
Go right ahead. I mean, I haven't had a chance to tell my story, but sure.
The only thing I wanted to say is sitting in front of a camera is the most frightening thing I've ever had to do. And I was one of those kids who had to speak in front of classes, and I would freeze all the time. So every day I sit in front of the camera, I want people to know that I'm facing a big fear of mine.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Wow.
So it was mine also
Yeah.
because I have no problem performing for thousands of people. I've done stand-up, I did warm-up, I did shows, I've been in arenas talking to people.
Yeah, and that frightens me.
And the minute that the camera came on, the very first time I was like on the Tyra Banks show, when Tyra had me on because I love Janet Jackson, and the light went on, and I'm like, I didn't even hear anything, and Tyra goes, Danny, this is where you respond. And I was like, I messed up, right? I had done warm up for so many years at that point, but it just, this was also one of those things where I'm like, you know, it was definitely out of my comfort zone.
I remember
right?
when you asked me and you said, well, you're going to be on it. And I remember for the first time in my life, I didn't question it. I was like, you know what? If I want to do this, I'm going to have to make those sacrifices. And so I've just kind of lived with it. And I feel like I've gotten more comfortable with it. I don't thoroughly enjoy it, but
What?
I definitely have gotten more comfortable with it. It's still tough. It's still a
Is
fear
it?
I have to fight every day.
It doesn't seem like it, by the way. You're
Well,
doing
that's good because I've learned how to be comfortable with it, you know?
And that's great. It's good that you were able to we've all kind of overcome our fears.
Yeah, definitely.
I was afraid to invite Darnella, and I've overcome that fear.
Now, Angelo, we haven't seen, so maybe he's still fighting his.
Oh my God! If only Angelo, if somehow the universe could hear us say Angelo, and maybe by putting that out there in the universe, he will, you know, appear.
Yeah.
You never know. One can hope and pray, right? But you know, coming to me now, my hard choices. Since nobody asked, I'll go next. I'll go next. So I'm gonna just kind of like bring it down, you know, a little bit. And I think the hardest choice, because I didn't want to make a mistake, was probably when I broke up with Jimmy.
Wow.
Yeah, I really thought about it for a very long time. A lot was not going right in my life. And I'm not blaming it on Jimmy because we had a wonderful relationship,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
maybe in my mind, right? I thought we did. He's all, I hate that bitch. We'll never know because he doesn't want to come on. What's a restraining order? So, you know, I think that, you know, my grandma had died.
Yeah. There's a lot going on at that time.
I was a lot going on.
Yeah.
I had gotten promoted, and it was just
chaos.
it was beyond chaos.
Oh, yeah.
I was so depressed. And I think in that moment I wanted a partner to kind of support me, right? But I will blame myself.
Yeah.
I have to take ownership because I'm one of those people that presents himself as we spoke last week. That I'm strong. I got it. I can do it. Yes, I've got plates here. I've got plates there. I'm balancing it all. I can do it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the water's leaking. I got it. I have a
got it,
toe.
yeah.
I got it. I got it. And I didn't have it.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably, you know, that was one of the hardest choices that I had to make because something had to give. I wasn't getting the support that I needed in both places.
Yeah.
Right? So in my mind, I felt that if I eliminate something, because why? I'm chasing the money.
Yeah.
Right? I chose money. I'm making a shitload of money. I'm supposed to be happy.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be worried about these things. I could pay everything.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Right? and I chose to say goodbye to Jimmy.
Yeah.
So with that being said, do you still miss him, or have you missed him?
Oh my God, I miss him all the time. I miss him every day.
Right.
I do miss him. We don't talk as much as we used to. We talk quite a bit, but we don't talk as much as we used to because he's like getting his master's.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
Congrats to you, Jimmy.
Yes,
Yeah,
congrats,
and I think he's
Jimmy.
almost done.
Oh,
and
wow.
and he got a little work done too. He got some, he got a little nip and tuck.
Really?
I give too much information. He doesn't watch anyway.
Wow.
So yeah, so he's doing well.
That's good.
Going back to big choices, was it a mistake, right? I'll never know if it was a mistake, right? Because my life now in Montecito is amazing. You know what I mean? The group of friends that I have now with Dana and Darnella and and oh God, Philip. God,
Yeah.
I didn't mention Philip right away last week. And he's like,
yeah.
"Girl!"
She didn't mention
I'm
me.
like, oh my God. I honestly, I have such a great circle now.
Yeah.
That like, I don't really need a partner. And it sounds kind of weird for me to even say that because I'm just a dirty whore. But
I got a question.
yeah.
Do you think at some point, if somebody walked into your life right now, you could see yourself dating them? If they were a fit for your life?
Is Jurgen back?
See, you like Jürgen because he
Yikes.
comes in and he comes out. He comes in and he comes
You know
out.
what? I think you're right. I think I get just enough of him, and then he's gone,
Uh-huh.
right? Like Mary Poppins, and then they're out the door, and you're like, okay, I get to
He
go
likes
back.
that he can't hold on. He likes the chase.
Does
It's cat and
he?
mouse for those two.
Does he?
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
The cat
That's
mouse for
very
those two.
interesting.
That's an interesting play on it because
Yeah.
we have had that back and forth for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I think he does that with everybody.
Maybe, but you don't know.
Oh, that's true.
You don't
and he
know.
would never tell me.
He would
because
never tell you.
He would never tell me.
But there's something about that for right now that works.
Yeah.
It seems like.
But going back to your original question, which was, here's the thing. Would I want someone? Yes. Do I think I need someone to complete me? No.
Good.
I am who I am. I think that, in all honesty, I'm going to put it on myself, right?
Yeah.
Own the energy that you bring into the room.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Again.
And know what? I had to clean my eye. I have
My
allergies.
goodness.
Allergies. I am really trying as I'm getting older to be responsible for the energy that I bring into the room.
Yeah.
And I can't always be on. There's some people that are always on.
Always.
And by the way, I used to be that person. I'm looking at you out of the corner of my
Oh
eye,
my
right?
gosh! I'm saying he's always.
She's over there
on.
tilting her head, and I'm
I
like,
am. I am.
So and my good friend Michael helped me. He's like, you are always on. He's like, just so you know, he's like, that's fucking tiring.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I go, you're right. And I had to learn when to turn it on and when to turn it off.
Yeah.
Now, of course, some people could refute that. And so,
Again.
just kidding. I'm
I've
just
died
kidding.
1,000 times, by the
yeah.
way,
You
with the darts.
haven't. We love you.
Yeah, no. Go on.
So, going back to your question about, listen, if I met someone, it would be great. But I feel at this point in my life, they would be along for the ride.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have to meet someone that would be okay with the insanity that ensues of being a part of the Do It Like Danny franchise
Yeah.
brand catering
Yeah,
company
yeah,
coming
yeah.
up soon, 2000.
They would either have to support it or kind of not sit in the back, but just be like a little cheerleader.
I honestly, I would want to pull from Jimmy, right? So I
Yeah.
think Jimmy was wonderful and amazing. I just don't think that he was able to support me at the emotional level that I needed, right?
Yes.
I'm a very emotional person. I carry a high level of emotion
Intensity.
and intensity.
Thank
and I
you.
think that person has to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And understand that it's not personal.
Yeah.
That it's just me being me, but there is a moment where it does shut off,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But am I going to cry all the time? Absolutely. But for me, that's a release,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But what I loved about Jimmy was that Jimmy let me be me.
Yes.
Jimmy was that person. He was like, oh, let her go. Let her do whatever, right? And I was able to do what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
right? I loved him. Absolutely 1,000,000%. And he knows that.
Yeah.
Deep inside, he knows that. Do I want the best for him? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. we've gone on trips after, and he shared some things that he's done, and I just kind of chuckle and I laugh, right? Because he's like, I fooled around. I'm like, oh yay, good for you. I'm genuinely happy for him, right?
Yes.
And me, I'm like, oh God,
You're
have I
like,
fooled
dear
around?
diary, I should close this now.
I mean, dear diary, it's like dear encyclopedia, right? I'm like, you can hear the pages. Right?
Dear little black, big, gigantic book.
Seriously, and listen, just so you know, 2026 at the end of this year, I'm going digital.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you? Are you really? By the way, I don't think the kids know what an encyclopedia is.
So let's hear from Darnella. Have you ever had any big choices? Or is it, what was it?
Big choices,
big choices
that could be
or
big
big mistakes?
No, big mistakes are hard choices.
Yeah.
No hard mistakes and big choices.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
It's very, very vague. Very vague.
Thank you,
She's
Philip.
like,
Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Terrence.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Thank
you. She's
of
like, yes,
course,
absolutely.
Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course.
Would
of
you like to
course.
go into a little bit more detail?
Yes. Yes. Well, I'm trying to think. I think, and this was a while ago, and I think it was a hard choice, but at the time that I was faced with it, it was, in my mind, I felt I had no choice.
Yeah.
So Daniel and I, we were partying like rock stars. We were working, and it was fabulous, right? Like, we worked hard, we played hard, all of these great things. But with working hard and playing hard, sometimes, again, apparently I have a punctual problem, and that happened with work, and we would be late. But we would still be, like, our work ethic was definitely there. It was, it was balls to the walls, crazy busy. Once we walked through those doors, it was it. We were on. We did it. It was fabulous. It was lovely.
Would you say you were like a boss bitch?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say I was.
Okay, so now we have an idea.
Yes.
Now we have an
yes.
idea.
And so, Apprentice Coordinator was officially my title. And so at this point, it's probably been 6 months now. It had been open, maybe even a year. And, Daniel and I, we're working, we're partying, we're doing all these great things. And one of the nights, I can't remember what night it was. It might have been when we were at the beach or maybe C2K, one of those. But it was one of those nights, and we partied hard like a rock star, and we got home late. And
I'll interject for 2
Yes.
seconds. And by saying getting home late, we're talking like 5 in the morning,
Yeah.
and then we had to be at work at 7 a.m.
Yikes.
Yes.
We did many of those nights.
Aye.
For those of you that don't know the Danny and Darnsies of Las Vegas days, there were days where we would just go home, shower, and go right to work.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
Let me
I
let you share
love
your story.
that.
I'm so
I love
sorry.
that. I love that. So true. So it probably was one of those nights because it was a very quick, rest my head for like maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 max, do a little, quick rinse, redo the makeup.
And out you were.
Yeah, and out I was. But, leading up to that, I had been reprimanded. So had Daniel, you guys can't be late. You guys are always late, blah, blah, blah. But, as you said, we were boss bitches.
Yeah.
We were.
And I have to add to that story because remember, you were told, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're late again,
Correct.
don't bother showing up.
That is correct.
Right? And
Yes.
I think that you're not really letting us know you were a huge figure there.
Thank
You
you.
ran the front desk,
Yes.
right? That was a big deal.
Yes.
And I think for people to understand in terms of telling the story, we were always late, but the minute we crossed that threshold,
You were
it
on.
was fucking
Oh, my God.
people were like,
Yes.
"Oh, Darnie and Danella are here." Oh, and
Yes.
people snapped into line.
Yes.
So we had this like authority. I don't want to say power because I feel like that's definitely like more ego, but we had an authority.
Yes.
I was a corporate trainer. Yes, I was late. She ran the front desk because she came
Was the
from
front desk
Cheesecake,
coordinator.
and she was front desk coordinator, and like she trained all of them. So they weren't going to go against her, right? But the minute she walked in, it was
Everybody get
Yeah.
to work.
everybody was get in line. And because she did such an amazing job, they never monitored the front desk.
And so I was told the next time that you are late, you'll no longer have a job, or you're not working here, or something to that effect.
So it was that bad.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
it was made to make me feel that bad.
Got it.
It was made to make me like literally think about what I was doing, right?
Your life
So-
choices kind of thing.
Exactly, exactly. You're right. So I drive to work, and I drive up to employee parking of the Venetian, and I'm thinking like, if I go in, I'm gonna get fired, right? And do I really want to do that?
Yeah.
Do I want to get fired, or do I quit on my own terms? You know what I mean? Because, again, as you said, were we bad bitches? We absolutely were. Like California labor laws obviously didn't apply. We were in Vegas.
You're in Nevada.
So it wasn't like 15-minute breaks and go to the bathroom break, blah, blah, blah. I literally was running at the front desk.
Yeah.
Like literally for 8 hours straight, checking them in, checking them out, figuring out where all the parties go. Parties of 10, 12, 14, all of these great things. And just doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
And so
for people to understand, I have to interject again. For people to understand and know, Cheesecake Factory made you sign a waiver saying that you waived your right to a break after a certain amount of time, because they felt that they wanted you to make money. That's how they positioned it. We don't want to take away from you with a half-hour break and this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, they made you waiver away your right to work.
Wow.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
it's okay. And so, yes, were we untouchable? No, we weren't untouchable,
We kind of were. I mean, I'm just gonna own it. We kind of were.
All right.
Okay,
It was just wonderful. It just, of course, the chemistry was wonderful. The way we ran it together, blah blah blah, all these great things. But I literally was faced with, I'm not gonna go out like a chump. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be fired.
Yeah.
Not thinking do I have a plan B? Do I have plan C? Not even thinking about that. Just thinking of, well, what's it going to say about me?
Yeah.
Right? What are they going to say about me? Oh, she got fired because she was lame, blah, blah, blah. Right? Or she was just like, oh, damn. She just didn't show up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't go in. I can't do it.
Was it like a source of pride?
It was absolutely a sense of pride.
So would
Like,
you say that pride got the best of you that day?
I don't want to say that, Louis, but yes. So in a way, it's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because that certain decision for me to not go and quit led to me going to what was then called the Aladdin Resort and Casino for P.F. Chang's. That led to that.
Got it.
And that just changed the trajectory, as Danny would say, trajectory of my life. Of my life. I mean, it did. And you know what? Everything happens for a reason, right?
So some big choices might have some bad consequences at the time,
Right.
but also they turn to good choices.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
And a
Agreed,
good
agreed.
choice would be the fact that you sat through this entire episode and listened to us hem and haw about poor us.
Exactly.
Poor us. What I can say is thank you so much if you did watch us, and thank you so much if you did listen. I want to say, as always, in the Do It Like Danny universe realm, I am very thankful that my very good friend, what's your name again? Bebe. Thank you.
It's
That my
BB,
very
by the
good
way,
friend,
BB.
Bebe, has I'm sorry, Darnella. And of course, obviously, thanks to Louis, who has created this show.
Yes.
And convinced me to tell my little stories every now and then. And every now and then, it's okay to hear from other people. So, with that being said, thank you so much. Enjoy your week. Live, love, and do it like Danny. Have a great week.